Hey guys, this is Monitor Prime with another video review. This time I have the Takara Transformers Generation, follow Cybertron, Blaster and Steeljaw. I also have the Takara TG15 Autobot disc set right here. Let's take a look at the box. As you can see on front of the box, we have a 30 anniversary or 30 years of Transformers logo. We also have a nice graphic design of Blaster and Steeljaw. On the other side we have some more graphic design of the other discs. Let's turn it to the back. On the back side we have a picture of the figure in his vehicle mode and in his robot mode. The same with Steeljaw. We have the technical specifications right over here. And we have some more figures. This is Skywarp, Eject, Rewind, and some of the other data discs for Soundwave and Blaster as well. Now for the Autobot data disc, I have this. It says Transformers Generations, and it just comes with some images of the figures, as you can see. So it is really cool. Now let's get this out of the way and focus on the figure. Blaster is a Voyager class figure, and he is part of the second wave of 2012 Voyager class generations full of Cybertron toys. Autobot Blaster is a retool and repaint of Fall of Cybertron Sunwave. This figure has a new head sculpt as well as new chest, wheels and weapon. He transformed into an SUV style communications truck and comes with a rifle, which is based on Generation 1 Blaster's Electro Scrambler. Now he can peg his rifle on his shoulder, his hand, or on the back of his roof in his vehicle mode. Let me show you real quick. Put right on his hand. There's another hole right here on his shoulder, so you can peg it right there. Which looks really cool. And once he gets transformed into his vehicle mode, you can also peg it right on top of it, right here. But you'll see that a little bit later. Also, this weapon has two holes on each side. I think you can attach or you can mount more weapons on it if you would like to, I guess. Now, like I mentioned before, Blaster comes with Legends Glass Steeljaw, which is a repaint of Follow Cybertron Ravage. And he comes in here storing his chest. Let me show you real quick. And this is actually Blaster's main gimmick, that you can store many data disks. I think you can store up to 3 data disks in his chest, and then you can or they can be launched. Also he has this button right here to the left side of his head, which once you press it, it will actually activate the springs and will open up the chest section right here. Now as you can see, his fingertip right here is curled like this. I think it's so he can hold his weapon, or he can probably just do this too. It's kind of funny. So this is Steeljaw right here, and to release Steeljaw, this section right here, as you get more data disk in here, this section is gonna get more pushed towards the back. So just to release it, you just push it forward, and there it goes. I don't know if the camera caught it, but yeah, that was kind of cool. And here we have Steeljaw. He's only available with Blaster. He transformed from a data disk into a robotic lion. He features a partial spring-loaded transformation to lion mode that is triggered when a button on his underside is pressed, and that button is right here. I'm going to show you how to transform him into the data disk. This is very simple. All you have to do is pretty much just like fold this guy around a bunch of times until he becomes a data disk. Which is kind of funny, but yeah. So here it is in his data disk mode. As you can see, there's a Autobot logo in the middle, which is cool, and that's all. Now he can be stored in his chest, but he doesn't come with a case like the other ones. Now there he goes. He partially transformed. You might have to rotate down his legs a few times if he doesn't get transformed all the way. Now let's talk about the other data disks. Okay, let's start with the first data disk over here. And let's see who we got here. And this is Sunder, which is pretty much a robotic condor. As you can see, he does have an Autobot logo in the middle as well as the other data disk. And to get him transformed, you just have to hit, or this bottom has to hit any surface and it will transform. Let me show you. Well, that was cool. Let me do it again. Just move this guy a little bit towards the back. Well, to transform him again into a disk mode, just flip this section down like so, and this section up, and push this in, and it clicks. There it goes. That's actually kind of cool. Let's set this guy aside for now. And let's see who's next. And we have Ramhorn. He also comes with an Autobot logo in the middle. And let's activate this guy. There he goes. Now this figure or this mold is original because they don't have a counterpart, or he doesn't have a Decepticon repaint or counterpart like the other figures. Like, you know, this is a repaint of Ravage, this is a repaint of Laserbeak, and then we have a repaint of for Eject and Rewind, which are a repaint of Frenzy and Rumble. But this guy doesn't have a repaint, so it makes him really a little bit special, I guess. Now this figure is cool. He transformed from a data disk into a robotic rhinoceros or rhino. Now let's set him aside and see the other two guys. And now we have Eject, which is a really nice figure. As you can see, he transformed really fast. And let's set him aside. And the next one is going to be Rewind, which is one of my favorites because of the colors. I think the colors on this figure is really good. And I didn't mention, but he also has the Autobot logo in the middle of the data disk, so does this figure too. As you can see right here. And he goes into his transform mode, into his robot mode. And let's set him right over here. Now these two guys are really cool. They look very nice, and I really like these two figures. Let me bring them closer to the camera. So as you can see, the paint job is just like really good. The head sculpt is very nice. The Takara version actually painted silver the fist of these figures, which is a nice detail. Let me set these two guys aside. Now as you can see, all of the data discs come with a translucent plastic case. And this is the translucent plastic case, and as you can see, it does have the Autobot insignia on it, and it's red. Now this is the Takara version, so they are all red. I know that the Hasbro version painted them different, like some of them are silver, some of them are golden or gold, but this is the Takara version and they are all red. Set this aside. So as you can see, this is a very nice set to have, and if you are thinking about getting Blaster, you might as well get the other figures because they do look very nice all displayed together. You can get Eject, Rewind, Ramhorn, Steeljaw, and Sunder. So it's a very nice set to have, like I say. Now let's look at Blaster articulation. As you can see, I can rotate his arm 360 degrees. His elbows on a ratchet. His fist can be moved up and down. He has shoulder articulation to the sides. And you could move this section too, but this is for his transformation. But I guess you can probably pose him like if he's trying to, I don't know, punch somebody or something, which is really cool. His head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. I really like the design. It definitely resembles the Generation 1 Blaster. It looks really nice. His head can be rotated just to the sides. Oh, wait a second. 360 degrees actually. He doesn't have any waist articulation. His legs will move from side to side, back and forth. His knee is on a ratchet. He has some feet articulation as well. Now the design of this guy is just very nice. I like all of the details, and I like the paint job, the Takara paint job, better than the Hasbro one, just because the Takara version, this section is blue, and this one too, as you can see, and it looks very nice. This is what he looks like from the back side. He does have a backpack, or what looks like a backpack, but it is not heavy at all. He doesn't have any issues standing whatsoever. He stands up very well, and he's very poseable. You can pose him in so many different ways, and he's just like very nice. Again, this is a Voyager size figure, and the articulation is great, you know. He displays awesome. Now let me bring some other figures for a quick size comparison. And here we have Blaster next to Grimlock. Now this Grimlock is also a Takara version, and he's from the Follow Cybertron line as well. So as you can see, these two figures displays really cool next to each other. Now let me bring some Decepticons over here. And here we have Blaster next to Megatron. And now let me get Megatron out of the way and bring in Skywarp. So as you can see, this figure is really cool. Now let me get this guy out of the way. Well, another thing I'm going to show you is that you can store 3 data discs right in his chest. So let's open this compartment right here, and let's get Steeljaw transforming to the data disc. So this is going to be real quick. This transformation in these guys is really quick, and it don't take too long, maybe just a few seconds. So here goes disc number 1. He's gonna push it in there. Here goes the first one. Now let's get Ramhorn in there. Let's see, goes disc number 2, and we still got room for one more. Let's get Sunder in there. Alright, so we got the 3 data discs, and as you can see, it did actually close without any issue. There's no gaps, or there's nothing that looks like it is halfway open or halfway closed. As you can see, it won't even fall. So it is a very nice and secure gimmick, and it's very cool. So let's get this guy transforming to his vehicle mode. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna push in his fist just like so, and we're gonna straight up his elbows. Now this back section, we're gonna push it all the way to the back, and we're gonna fold this section down, and then this part we're gonna fold it all the way up just like so. His arms, we're gonna rotate him up, and this section right here we're gonna fold it down just like so, and we're gonna peg it to the side. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Fold this down, and we're gonna peg it right in there. Now this section right here, we're gonna, before that, we're gonna grab the wheel and we're gonna push it forward just like so, and then this section right here we're gonna fold it in. I'm gonna do the same over here, and we can close this section right here already and open up this just like so. We're gonna leave it closed for now. So as you can see, we kind of have a vehicle already. Now, so next thing we're gonna do is gonna rotate this section up just like so, and right here we're gonna untap his lower section, or all of his leg, and we're gonna fold it all the way up, and we're gonna peg it right in there. Now his leg, we're just gonna bend it all the way up and make sure that this part taps right in there. And his feet, as you can see, I'm just gonna fold it in. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And the transformation in this to this mode is very interesting. It's not complicated, but it is It is fun. And as you can see, I just lowered this section right here on top. Now this part right here, we can open it up just like so. And this is his vehicle mode, as you can see. So Blaster's vehicle mode is an SUV style communications truck. As you can see, this is a very nice vehicle. Let me bring him closer to the camera. He does have a lot of details, like you can see on the front the Autobot logo, and you can see all these little buttons right here. The colors are really nice, the paint job is really good. On each wheel he has an Autobot logo, as you can see, and it's really nice. Now on top of the roof he has a seat, and you can actually put Diaclone figures in there if you have one. Also you can peg his weapon right on top, so that Diaclone figure can, you know, can control that mounted weapon on top. Now for a vehicle, he rolls okay. And for a quick size comparison, I have Transformers Generation Soundwave. As you can see, they look nice. Let me get this guy out of the way. And let me bring one of my Botcon figures. And for another size comparison, I have Transformers Cybertron Landmine. Let's sit him side to side. So as you can see, Blaster is a very nice figure in his robot mode and in his vehicle mode. So are these little bots too. Another thing that I like is that we can actually get Blaster's disc. You know, we can get Eject, Rewind, Steeljaw, Sunder and Ramhorn, which once you get all of these figures together, it is a very nice set to have. And with this, I conclude this Transformers video review of the Takara figure, Blaster and his discs. Thank you for watching. This is Magnetron Prime. Until next time.